Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive with the Moore's Global Finance podcast team. I'm John.
And I'm Tiffany.
And Tiffany's our precious metals expert.
That's me.
And we are going to be taking a closer look at American Bullion,
Yes, we are.
a company that's making waves in the world of gold and silver investing.
They really are.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. It's almost like they're helping people build a modern-day treasure chest.
Yeah.
But instead of burying it in the backyard, they're using it to secure their financial future.
Interesting way to think about it.
Yeah. Pretty intriguing, right?
It is. What I find fascinating is how American Bullion goes beyond simply selling gold and silver.
Right.
They guide people on how to strategically incorporate precious metals into their overall financial plan,
Yeah.
especially for retirement.
Okay, so let's get into some of the nuts and bolts now.
Okay.
American Bullion was founded back in 2009.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah, in 2009, the founder, Orkin Oskin, wanted to simplify precious metals investing and make it more accessible to the average person. And they're headquartered in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And they've built a really strong reputation since then.
Okay, so how do they actually help people invest?
Well,
What are some of their key services?
They kind of have a two-pronged approach. First, they offer direct sales of precious metals, everything from gold bars to silver coins.
Right.
But they also specialize in setting up gold IRAs and silver IRAs,
Okay.
which is where that retirement planning aspect comes in.
Now, this is where I need a little bit of clarification.
Okay.
What exactly is a gold IRA or a silver IRA?
Sure.
And how does it differ from a traditional retirement account?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
With a traditional IRA, you're typically investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds. But a gold IRA or silver IRA allows you to hold physical gold or silver bullion within your retirement account.
Interesting.
And American Bullion walks you through that whole process from setting up the account, choosing the right metals, to finding secure storage options.
I see. So instead of having paper assets
Right.
like stocks and bonds, you have tangible assets
Exactly.
like gold and silver bars.
Yes.
But what's the rationale behind that? Why would someone choose to hold precious metals in their retirement portfolio?
Well, there are several potential advantages.
Okay.
First, it provides diversification.
Okay.
So think of your retirement portfolio like a recipe.
Okay.
You wouldn't want all of the ingredients to be the same, right?
Right.
Adding precious metals is like adding a unique spice
Okay.
that brings balance and complexity to the overall flavor.
Yeah.
Gold and silver don't always move in tandem with the stock market,
Right.
so they can help mitigate losses during market downturns.
So if the stock market takes a hit, the precious metals portion of your portfolio might help cushion the blow.
Exactly.
That's like a counterbalance.
Exactly. And let's not forget about inflation. When the cost of goods and services rises, the purchasing power of your dollar decreases.
Yeah.
But gold and silver have historically held their value well during periods of high inflation,
Okay.
sometimes even appreciating significantly. Take the 1970s, for example.
Okay.
Inflation was rampant, but gold prices skyrocketed,
Wow.
providing a haven for investors.
So it's like a way to potentially preserve your savings from being eroded by inflation.
Exactly.
And what about economic uncertainty? We hear a lot about gold being a safe haven asset.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
During times of economic turmoil, geopolitical instability, or even just general market fear, investors often flock to gold.
Sure.
It's seen as a tangible asset with intrinsic value that transcends the ups and downs of the financial system.
Interesting.
Like in 2008, for instance, when the global financial crisis hit gold, prices soared as people sought stability amidst all the chaos.
So it's almost like an insurance policy against financial storms.
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
Now, all of this sounds pretty compelling, but I'm also wondering about the potential for growth.
Oh, hey.
Can precious metals actually generate substantial returns, or are they primarily seen as a way to preserve wealth?
That's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
While gold and silver are often considered safe haven assets, they also have the potential to deliver impressive returns under the right market conditions.
Okay.
Like, for example, between 2001 and 2011, gold experienced a significant bull market,
Yeah.
with prices rising over 600%.
Wow, that's a pretty substantial gain.
It was.
So it seems like precious metals can offer both stability and growth potential,
Yeah,
which is quite appealing.
it is appealing.
But for someone listening who might be thinking, okay, this is all great, but how do I actually get started?
Uh-huh.
What does the process of opening an account with American Bullion look like?
Well, they've streamlined the process to make it pretty user-friendly.
Okay.
First, you want to do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Decide if their services align with your financial goals. Then you'd reach out to them either through their website or by phone. And their team of experts can answer any questions you have and guide you through those next steps.
So it starts with gathering information.
Yes.
Making sure it's a good fit.
Yeah.
Then what?
Next, you decide how you want to invest.
Okay.
Do you want to roll over an existing IRA into a Gold IRA, start a new Gold IRA from scratch, or perhaps just purchase precious metals directly?
Okay.
Once you've determined your investment strategy,
Yeah.
you'd fill out an application form for your account.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, purchase your chosen metals and arrange for their secure storage.
So it's a multi-step process, but it sounds like they hold your hand throughout the journey.
They do.
That's reassuring, especially for someone new to precious metals investing.
It is.
Now, of course, we can't talk about investing without mentioning fees.
True.
What kind of fees should someone expect when working with American Bullion?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Let's delve into that next. You're right, fees are an important consideration. With American Bullion, you have your initial setup fee to open the account.
Uh-huh.
Then there are transaction fees whenever you buy or sell assets within the IRA.
Okay.
Think of those as commissions for facilitating the trades.
So those are pretty standard fees you'd encounter with most investment accounts.
Yeah.
What about fees specific to holding precious metals within an IRA?
Good question.
Yeah.
You'll also have storage fees,
Okay.
as you need a secure depository to hold the physical gold or silver.
Right.
American Bullion works with reputable depositories
Okay.
and offers transparent pricing for their storage services. And there are custodian fees,
Okay.
which cover the administrative costs of managing your IRA.
Custodian fees. That's a new one for me. Could you explain that a bit further?
Of course.
Yeah.
The custodian is essentially the guardian of your IRA.
Okay.
They ensure that all transactions and activities within the account comply with IRS regulations. They also handle tasks like reporting and record keeping. So the custodian fee is basically a fee for their oversight and administrative services.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's important to factor in all these different fees.
Right.
Set up transaction storage and custodian when evaluating the overall cost of investing with American Bullion.
Exactly.
Now, I'm curious to know what people are saying about their experience.
Yeah.
What kind of customer feedback have we found?
From what we've gathered,
Yeah.
American Bullion seems to have a pretty solid reputation in the industry.
Yeah.
They consistently receive high ratings on platforms like Trustpilot and TrustLink, averaging close to 5 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
These platforms specialize in collecting verified customer reviews, so it's a good indicator of customer satisfaction.
Those are impressive scores.
They are.
What about on more general review sites like Google or Yelp?
While still generally positive,
Yeah.
their ratings on those platforms are slightly lower,
Okay.
averaging around 3.5 to 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
It's worth noting that those sites tend to attract a wider range of opinions, so it's not surprising to see some mixed feedback.
So it's always a good idea to look at reviews from various sources to get a comprehensive picture.
Right.
What are some common themes that emerge from these reviews, both positive and negative?
Many customers praise American Bullion's customer service.
Okay.
They appreciate the knowledgeable and patient staff who take the time to answer their questions and guide them through the process. They also highlight the company's commitment to education,
Okay.
providing resources that help investors understand the intricacies of precious metals and make informed decisions.
It sounds like they prioritize building trust and empowering their clients,
Yes.
which is essential in the financial services industry.
It is.
What about the not-so-positive feedback?
Yeah.
What are some areas where they could improve?
Some customers have mentioned that fees can be a bit higher compared to some competitors in the precious metals IRA space. And there are occasional comments about communication hiccups like delayed responses or a lack of clarity on certain aspects of the process.
It seems like even well-established companies have room for improvement.
That's true.
But based on all the information we've gathered,
Yeah.
can we confidently say that American Bullion is a legitimate and reputable company?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They've been in business for over 15 years, have a physical headquarters, a team of experts, and a strong track record. They're also a member of the Better Business Bureau, which is another positive indicator.
Okay, that's reassuring. So if someone is considering investing in precious metals, particularly within an IRA,
Yeah,
American Bullion is certainly worth exploring.
it is.
But I imagine they're not the only player in this field.
Right.
What are some other reputable companies that offer similar services?
You're right, there are other companies in the precious metals IRA market. Some notable names include Goldco, Augusta Precious Metals, and American Hartford Gold. These companies also specialize in helping people diversify their retirement portfolios with gold and silver.
So it's like anything else. It's always wise to shop around, compare different providers,
Yeah,
and choose the one that best aligns with your individual needs and preferences.
exactly.
But I think it's safe to say that American Bullion is a strong contender in this space.
Definitely.
They offer a comprehensive suite of services, a commitment to customer education, and a solid reputation in the industry.
They do.
But as with any investment decision,
Right.
it's crucial to do your due diligence.
Yes.
Consider your risk tolerance and make sure it fits into your overall financial plan.
Absolutely.
Now, as we transition into the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I'm curious to hear your expert perspective on something.
Yeah.
We've discussed the potential benefits of precious metals investing, diversification, inflation, hedge, safe haven asset, potential for growth.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, are there any common misconceptions or concerns that people have about this type of investment?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect segue into what I wanted to address next.
Okay.
You see, while precious metals offer unique advantages, it's important to approach this investment with a realistic understanding of both its potential and its limitations.
Yeah.
Let's explore some of those common misconceptions and concerns next.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground regarding American Bullion, their history, services, fees, customer feedback, and even compared them to some competitors.
And as we wrap up, I think it's important to address some common misconceptions or concerns that people might have about investing in precious metals.
Yes, exactly. Let's dive into that.
One common concern is that precious metals are too volatile.
Okay.
People see the daily price fluctuations
Yeah.
and worry that they'll lose money if the price drops.
That's understandable. Volatility can be nerve-wracking for any investor.
But here's the thing. It's important to distinguish between short-term fluctuations and long-term trends.
Okay.
Yes, precious metals can experience daily price swings, but over the long term, they've generally held their value and even appreciated significantly. Remember those historical examples we discussed earlier?
Right, like the surge in gold prices during the 1970s inflation or the 2008 financial crisis.
Exactly. Those were periods of economic uncertainty where precious metals proved their resilience.
Yeah.
So while short-term volatility is a factor, it shouldn't overshadow the long-term potential of precious metals as a wealth preservation and growth strategy.
So it's all about keeping a long-term perspective and not getting spooked by daily market noise.
Right.
What's another common misconception?
Another one is the idea that precious metals are only for the wealthy or for doomsday preppers.
Right.
Some people view it as an exclusive or fringe investment.
I've heard that too. Like, it's something you only do if you're expecting the world to end.
Right. But the reality is that precious metals can be a valuable addition to any diversified portfolio, regardless of your income level or worldview. Remember, it's all about allocating a portion of your assets to an asset class that historically has performed differently from stocks and bonds. This can potentially enhance stability and reduce overall portfolio risk.
So it's not about putting all your eggs in one basket, but rather having a well-balanced basket with different types of assets.
Precisely. And with options like gold IRAs, precious metals investing is becoming increasingly accessible to average investors.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a millionaire to incorporate gold or silver into your retirement plan.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Now, any other concerns or misconceptions we should address?
One more that often comes up is the lack of dividends or interest payments.
Okay.
Unlike stocks that might pay dividends or bonds that offer interest, precious metals don't generate passive income.
So some people might view that as a drawback.
They might, but it's important to remember that the value proposition of precious metals lies in their potential for capital appreciation and their ability to act as a hedge against inflation or economic uncertainty.
Yeah.
They're not primarily income-generating assets, but rather assets that can potentially grow in value over time and provide a safety net during turbulent times.
So it's a different kind of investment strategy with a different set of potential benefits.
Exactly. It's not about choosing one over the other. It's about understanding the unique characteristics of each asset class and how they can potentially complement each other within a diversified portfolio.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into American Bullion and the world of precious metals investing, what's the key takeaway you want listeners to leave with?
I think the most important takeaway is this. Precious metals, particularly gold and silver, offer a unique set of potential benefits that can enhance a diversified portfolio. They have a historical track record of preserving wealth during periods of inflation and economic uncertainty.
Right.
They can also offer the potential for capital appreciation.
Yeah.
However, it's crucial to approach this investment with a realistic perspective, understanding both its potential and its limitations. Do your research consider your own financial goals and risk tolerance? And if needed, consult with a trusted financial advisor to make informed decisions.
That's excellent advice. So if you're intrigued by the idea of adding precious metals to your investment mix, American Bullion is certainly a company worth exploring.
Absolutely.
But as with any investment, proceed with caution, do your homework, and choose wisely.
Absolutely.
Well, Tiffany, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today. It's been a truly enlightening deep dive into the world of precious metals.
It's been my pleasure. I always enjoy exploring these topics and helping people make more informed financial decisions.
And to all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you found it valuable and insightful.
Until next time, happy investing.